more importantly, my friends.
I was one of those people that Caddo Parish School considered unreachable. My name is Pamela Morgan, and I dropped out of school while pregnant at the age of 16. I then had 3 more other children, so a total of 4 children at an early age. I could not have survived those years without my mother. She was my total backbone. And support every step of the way. Then I was 21. My mother suddenly passed away. After she passed away, everything went blank. I felt helpless. I started partying 7 days a week to escape the pain of losing my mom. I walked the streets of Allendale, searching for drugs, seeking the next high that would deaden the open wounds in my life. I was getting myself in more and more trouble, making things worse. While walking the streets, I made a connection with Drew Mariner, who at the time was the Allendale community coordinator that was living in the Friendship House. Ms. Jewell encouraged me to enroll my kids in the kids club and started attending church and signed them up for classes at the Adult Renewal Academy. The teachers and the staff at the academy have been a great blessing to me. Nothing could replace the loving arms of my mother, but the teachers at the ARA showed me love and encouragement the way my mother showed me. They became my family. Through the encouragement of the teachers, I graduated in 2012. Now I am a Haven House leader and a kids club community coordinator in Allendale. I have not had drugs in my body in 16 years. They used to keep me going, but not anymore, because I only cared about me, my 4, and no more.
All right.
Once I found people that truly cared about me, people that took the time and nurtured me and showed me real love, that changed my life. They told me no matter how bad it gets, I can do it. And those words motivate me. And now I get the joy by helping someone else. My goals as a community coordinator is to strengthen families, involve parents in their children's activities, and show the same love that changed my life. The new person I become not only surprised my neighbor, but surprised me too. I'm amazed that I'm doing this, even more so that God would choose someone like me, that I can change the future of other young women that were like me. I've seen myself grow and overcome a lot of things, and with the help of Community Renewal and the Adult Academy, I am a brand new woman. Yes. To God be the glory.
Wow. Pam Morgan, hard to follow. I was lucky enough to be part of Pam's journey. I was one of her Adult Renewal Academy teachers. I got to celebrate her graduation, and now I get to work with her every day, which is my joy and my pleasure. My story too starts in Shreveport and in Allendale. In 1989, 1986, I guess, I taught school in Allendale for 4 years. Wow. Talking about a wake up for a little Shreveport girl who grew up on what I thought the right side of the tracks. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. When I got to Allendale, I saw a lack of general education, general services. I had children come to my classroom with barely shoes on their feet. But I thought, I was young, thought I can change the world. I'm gonna get out there and show these children and show them love, and I'm gonna change their lives. Well, didn't really work that way. 8 hours a day wasn't enough to change the lives that they were growing up in. My name is Ro White, and I found the answer that I didn't know back then, and the answer is community renewal. I left Shreveport in 1989, and when I returned home in 2009, I felt sort of out of touch with my own community. I grew up here, I knew a lot of friends that were still here, but I just felt like there was some disconnect, and I knew I was searching to help change the world, but I couldn't find what it was. And I asked my dad one day, I said, you know, Dad, I'm looking for something and I don't know what it is. I'm looking a place to give my time, my talent, my treasure to, and I don't know what that is. And you know, some of you probably know my dad, what is hungry, and he said, well, Red, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't give 1 penny or 1 dime or anything, or 1 minute of my time to anyone but Mac McCarter. And I said, well, who's Mac McCarter? He said, well, it's community renewal. And I said, well, I don't know what that is. He said, well, you need to get out and find out, because it's faith-based, but it's not just Baptist, it's not just Catholics, it's everybody who just loves God and wants to love one another. I said, okay, well, maybe I need to find out about that. A few months went by and I ran into Bill O'Brien, who I thought was going to be here today, but not. He's actually meeting with my husband in Houston. But Bill O'Brien said, oh my gosh, community renewal, Mac McCarter. And I thought, well, what is this Mac McCarter community renewal stuff? Maybe I need to find out. I finally got my nerve and went on a tour, and I was had. I couldn't help it. You can't go on a tour and not be had. So I started volunteering 1 day a week. That was all I could do at the time. My daughter still didn't have her driver's license. That's where I met Pam Morgan and several other people I'll tell you about in a minute. But what I loved about community renewal, it's for everybody. Everybody. We say who we serve everybody. The renewal team, and I'm telling you what, when I first moved back to town and saw those We Care signs, I was thinking, I know some of you have heard this before, sorry, I was thinking, what the hell do they care about? Do I care? Should I care? I have no idea. What are they caring about? Maybe I need a sign in my yard, maybe I don't. So to go on a tour and find out, oh, well that makes sense now. And then when I started working in Allendale and in Cedar Grove and in Queensboro and see the same signs, I'm thinking, wow, this makes sense. I do care. So I challenge you, if you don't have a We Care sign in your yard right now, go get one, because it's important. It's a message that just stands out clearly. We care. We care about our neighbors. So I obviously joined the We Care team. Haven House is another part of community renewal that I will tell you, I am a horrible Haven House leader. I have been trained. Mike Leonard is my neighbor, and you're not any better at it than I am. But no, you're not. But the good part is that we do have some really strong, good neighbors in Spring Lake. And we have had a couple of good things going on our block, and I'm kidding, Mike and Ann have been instrumental in getting our neighborhood together. But we have some fantastic Haven House leaders. All it is block by block, get to know your neighbors. It's easy. It's easy. It's how we grew up, and it's how what I want my children and grandchildren to have, but they know their neighbors. And the last part is the Friendship House. And I think that's the most visible one, because it's a place, but the other two are just as equally important. We can all do that. We can all care. We can all reach out to a neighbor. The Friendship House, though, people, to me, it's amazing. We have 10 Friendship Houses in our 5 poorest neighborhoods in Shreveport-Bossier. That's Cedar Grove, Highland, Barksdale, Annex, Queensboro, and Allendale. And in those houses live some amazing people doing a job that I can't do, don't want to do. You know, my inspiration, I can't imagine. If you are a community coordinator living in one of the Friendship Houses, would you please stand up? These people live in these houses 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And they are responsible for a 30-block radius around their house. And when you go, that's Mr. Emmett in Allendale. And it's a 24-hour day job. They have people knocking on their door at 3 o'clock in the morning because there's been gunshots at their house. And they need a safe place to go. You know, it's a job that, you know, I can't give enough praise and honor to, but the difference that they're making in those areas, wow. Crime has gone down, relationships have gone up. When I first moved back to Shreveport, and you would have told me that I'd be spending my days driving through Allendale and Cedar Grove and feeling safe and comfortable and loved, and I would have said, oh yeah, not so much. Because of the work they do, 24 hours a day, that's where I spend most of my days. And I feel safe and I feel loved. And if you go and walk around there, you will see that all the other residents feel it too. You can see the change. Back when I was teaching in Allendale, I had children that would walk to school, to my classroom, and they said, Miss White, did you see that dead man? Oh, I'm sure I thought was probably just some man who was, you know, passed out on the street. 5 years old, children walking to school, walked around a dead man to come to class. My little 8 hours a day couldn't change that. That was in Allendale 30 years ago. Allendale now, you don't see that. You go there, you see light and life. Miss Rose's garden. I mean, it's a change, and it's only due to the people and the work that we do. But I'm here to tell you a little bit more about the Adult Renewal Academy. The Adult Renewal Academy, we call it the ARA, and just need to know it's not the American Rifle Association. I did call somebody and I said, oh, yeah, would you come and help me volunteer with the ARA? And they said, oh, the American Rifle Association? What does that have to do with community renewal? I said, nothing. Please, it's not the Rifle Association. Adult Renewal Academy. Gloria Millender and Mac partnered up many, many years ago, and Gloria's vision was to have this Adult Renewal Academy. The best part about the Adult Renewal Academy, yes, we help students get their GEDs. I think that's wonderful and it's admirable, but it's more than that. Gloria's vision was that we would help build whole people, whole, well-rounded people. Not just a GED. That does a lot, but it doesn't do everything. So one of the things that's so unique about our program, we take everybody. If you're willing, we'll take you. Lots of other GED programs only take you if you test at a 6th grade level or if you test at a 9th grade level. We have lots of students that test at kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade level. A lot. But you know what? They're there. And they're growing not just in their academics, but they're growing in love and in trust. It's a safe haven for them to come and be loved on, as you heard Pam say. It's a good place to come and be loved. It changes lives. And it's so important. Pam started her speech off with you know, I was one of the unreachables. Caddo Parish has called our student population, you teach the unreachables. We can't reach them, but we do. Look at Pam. It's amazing the difference that you see. I'm going to tell you about a couple of my students. Pam was one. You've heard about her. Another one is Mayola. Mayola is one of my students in Queensboro. The very first day that the Queensboro ARA opened, Mayola was there. The likelihood of Mayola ever getting her high school equivalency diploma or GED, I'm not God, but I'm going to tell you she's probably not going to get it. But you know what? She has not missed one day since those doors opened. Not one day. And I don't know about you in the room, but I'll be real honest. I worked at a job that I got paid to go to, and I can promise you, I took all 10 days of my sick days, and sometimes more. I'm not that committed. I wish I was. I'd like to say I'm that committed to my grandchildren, but sometimes I even put things before them. That's right. But you know what? She's there. Sorry. When I see that kind of determination, it is so admirable. I want to be like Mayola. I do. Mayola now is our star. She is our star student in our sewing class. So she spends all morning, yay! She spends all morning in GED classes, learning to read better and to do simple addition and subtraction. She leaves there and goes to our sewing class, where now she's making purses and pillows and learning a trade, developing that whole person in an environment where she's safe and loved. Another friend of mine, Shamika. Shamika, by all counts, you would say, has a pretty hard life. She has a 7-year-old daughter. She works 2 jobs just to maintain, and she's one of the students at the Cedar Grove Adult Renewal Academy. Shamika, have gone through some tough times in the last couple of years, and every time I see Shamika, I say, Shamika, how are you this morning? Miss Rowe, I'm blessed. God let me see another day today. And I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself. She changed my life. That one phrase, I'm blessed. God let me see another day today. Talking about changing people. Doesn't just change the people we serve, it changes us. I'm a changed person through the Shamikas and the Pams and the Mayolas. The last one I want to introduce you to just real quick is my friend Felicia, who graduated with Pam in 2012. Felicia, would you stand up? Let me tell you just a quick little something about Felicia. When we first came to Cedar Grove, I wasn't even in Shreveport yet, but from the stories I hear, we were told to stay away from Felicia. Felicia was bad news. Don't go around her. She will be nothing but trouble. Okay? That's Felicia, who was a student of mine in Cedar Grove, and she and Pam graduated together. Felicia now, if you come by the office on Margaret, Felicia now sits at the reception desk, answering phones for community renewal and welcoming everyone to walk in the room with a smile and the hospitality of just a grown young lady who has turned, just a grown young lady who's turned into an awesome person. She's one of my friends. So life-changing. So today, I'd like to challenge each and every one of you. Please come play croquet on April 30th. Matt McCarter had the idea, and I think we all thought it was kind of nuts at the time, about marrying croquet and the ARA and having it be this great event. We're like, croquet and ARA. But I'm telling you, we're playing for a purpose now. Support a team, come play, come eat. Claudia Oliver's in charge of it. She's got a great day planned for us. But come, because it changes lives. It really does. The money that we raise that day will help us continue our journey with the Adult Renewal Academy. But I'd also like to say thank you for all you have done. Without you all here, we wouldn't get to do what we're doing. And I promise you, the Pams and Felicias have grown and turned into wonderful people. But I'm changed. I'm changed, and that's the best part about it, because that's something I want to share. So my promise to you, if you join us, not only will you help change our city and the world, but you will be changed too by the people that you meet. I promise you. Thank you.